Hello again, and welcome back to the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. My name is Bruce, as always. Mr. Cham, I want to come. It's been a
Boy,
while.
yeah, it's been the longest time. A lot of things has
Yeah,
happened over the
I know,
month. I
I know,
think
I know.
I think
Yeah,
we
yeah,
missed
yeah.
3 weeks or
I
was
think
it
I
two
think it's
weeks?
more than
Three
that,
weeks,
but
right?
two or three game weeks, maybe 2 game weeks. It might be more, man. You never know. Yeah.
It might
But
be more. Yeah,
so
you
many things have been going on. I when the invitation came back, and then congrats on the new addition as well. So yeah, it's
yeah.
been a lot has happened.
A lot
A
of things
lot
has
has
happened.
happened.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
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 yeah,
it's good that we are back. At this on the grind. We are striving for
yeah,
some consistency. So hopefully it goes well.
yeah.
Um,
Hopefully.
yeah. Timestamp. It is Tuesday, the 11th of March here in the US. It's about what, quarter past 10 ish, and Japan.
Yeah, it's Wednesday, 12 2 Yeah,
Mm.
yeah. We are ready. It's been a rainy day, like I was telling you
Yeah,
earlier.
cold, huh? Yeah,
So
I'm sure it's the last remnants of the snow that's leaving. It's getting warm
definitely,
here. Today it was warm. It was warm, but then the temperature drops down like a few
oh, that's
so
nice.
it gets cold there. So not too bad. Um, so we missed so much FPL. I think we will just talk about our results. Last game we gave 28. We
Hmm.
talk about our teams, how much points we have, and then we go skip and then go straight to the fan corner. I'm sure we have a lot of things to talk about in the fan corners. So, you want to go ahead and share your point study for game 28?
Yeah, sure. I will go first. Is it this one? Yeah. Yeah. I had a 61 point game week. It was
Not
like
bad.
it was a strange game week, of course. Of course, Salah scoring, who is like I think everybody owned him and probably captain him this particular week as well because Liverpool were playing Southampton. I heard people talking about Palmer, but I'm not sure people did go there. Not many. I don't think so. Um,
They
so I ended
consider
with
going
60.
for him, but yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it was a good fixture for them because it was Leicester at home, right? So it was, and they won. They won heftily, like 4-0. And Palmer not being part of the goals, it was quite strange. He even missed a penalty. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's strange. But anyways, I had 61 points. Sanchez, he's still in my team. He was somebody I wanted to sell. He even lost his place at Chelsea, I think, to the other goalkeeper, and now he was back. I was not expecting him to start. Martinez was also injured because he was on my bench. So I was not expecting. Yeah, Martinez got 0 points. Actually, I started Martinez, and then maybe Sanchez came in for him, something like that, because I was not expecting Sanchez to start in this game. But yeah, he came out good for me with 9 points. He got I think a few save points and some bonus points as well, which was huge. And in midfield, in defense, I have Lucas Digne. Digne coming with 6. I think he got an assist. I don't think they ever keep clean sheets at Aston Villa, so I think it was an assist. And then Trent 2 points. Ayat Nouri 2, and then you have Mikalenko too in my defense, Salah captain, 30 points. Foden 3. Man City, they lost again. Did they win?
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost again to
They won
Forest,
against
but yeah,
Forest. Yeah, 1-0.
yeah. Foden was replaced before they conceded the goal, so that's why he had that extra
Oh,
1 point.
2 points.
And then you have Palmer, Minte with 2 points, and Isaac and Wisa up top with 2 points each. So I ended up with 61 points. Not bad, I would say.
Mm.
And it was a small green arrow for me because the average was around 52 points. I have a game week rank of 3.5, 3.4 thousand rank, and it was a small green. Just to win that how well I am doing this season. Oh, Chelsea were playing Southampton instead. Sorry, Liverpool were playing Newcastle. This was the previous week, right?
That seems like that was, yeah, that
Oh,
was,
yeah, yeah. That's why I'm lost. Yeah,
is that 28?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
This is
okay, there
28.
we
This is
go.
28. Yeah, Liverpool were
That's
playing
correct.
Southampton, exactly. Unless Chelsea were playing Leicester.
Yeah.
Yeah, It was 1-0 win for Chelsea. That's the game that Power missed the penalty, not the Southampton one. Yeah. I'm lost. This is it's been a while
It's
since
been a while. A lot has happened.
I'm
We need to
rusty.
get back in the groove of things. I know it's. We should close the season strong, man. Honestly, because
Yeah.
I kind of took a break, 2 weeks. Even though I was changing my teams and making some changes, but I didn't feel like I was dialed into FPL. The last few weeks. But yeah, I think it's about time we. Because all the chips, most of us just played one, either the triple captain or the assistant manager chip. But a lot of people have chips, bench boost, and you call it again, the wildcat. People still have wildcats, still left to be played. So yeah, there's a lot to play for. But the problem is now
There's a lot.
there's not much happening with the players. All of us maybe have the same players that we're using. There's nobody breaking out that you feel like you need to get, or else you're going to miss out. It's just the same players, basically. He's always thank
Definitely.
God for Salah because he's the only one that I know is doing much.
Yeah,
So yeah,
definitely. He's been flying.
he's the
Definitely.
only guy that's saving us. So and everybody has him. So what's the point? My team, I had 60 points, as you can see. Game week rank of 4 million. Flecken in goal. Kekes, who I brought in for Lewis Hall.
Yeah, he
He
put in
was
a
was
wonderful
that.
assist. I saw his assist. It was
Yeah,
wonderful.
it was a good assist. Yeah. 2-2, but I'm sure they should have won that game. They really should have beaten Tottenham, honestly. But yeah, Gabriel with 2 points. Robinson, I think, I'm not sure they got the yellow card and then they lost something like that. So yeah, Bomo 2, Clivert with 5, Salah of course everybody has. Palmer 1, Wood 2, Torpedo 9, which is a good thing because if you look at the squad, there's not many points coming from other players. So Isaac with 2. Um, yeah, not too bad. Palmer, honestly, he's somebody I've been thinking about, because he's been, apart from the quick start he has this season, which was very impressive. All of a sudden, I think how many games now? You can say he's
Yeah,
been like
it's been a
very
while.
underwhelming. I don't know. It's a serious form issue, and it also results in the fact that Chelsea are also struggling, even though they've won 1 or 2 games, but they're not doing as well as they should have, even though they're about in the Champions League spots, which is
Yeah.
good for them. But yeah,
Yeah, 4 games blanking, and I think 6 of the last 7 games blank as well. So he only got one return in the last 7 game weeks. So yeah, it's not good enough to be honest.
I'm sure people,
One,
are thinking
mhm.
about moving him on. The problem is, and also
Uh-huh.
Chelsea they have a run of difficult fixtures coming up. Let me just see the fixtures for Chelsea right now.
Yeah.
They have Arsenal 29,
Mhm. Mhm.
Tottenham, Brentford, and then Ipswich, Fulham, Everton. Those 3 are kind of nice, and then they have Liverpool,
They
Newcastle,
finished this season very
Forest.
very difficult with difficult fixtures.
Yeah, difficult fixtures. So if they want to solidify that Champions League, they have to do it right now. They don't have a choice.
Mm.
In the next, I think, 4 games. So after Arsenal, they have like 5 games that's winnable. Even Tottenham, it's going to
Yeah.
be difficult. But yeah. Palmer, the problem with Palmer is, he's expensive, but then who do you take him out for? Like, there's nobody in that price point
Yeah.
of analysis right now, apart from Bruno Fernandes, you can say.
That's the
In a very,
that's
in
the
a very,
question.
in a very bad team, in a very, very bad Man U team. But who else is
Mhm.
there? If there was somebody else, I'm sure we would be talking about somebody else right now instead of Palmer in our teams. But
Yeah.
those
Unless maybe
players,
you take that money and then you put it in up front on Haaland if you were willing to
I
go
keep
there
hearing
again.
that. Yeah, I keep hearing that Man City. That's the talk now. Man City have a run of good fixtures, and to be honest, it's really
Mhm.
good. They have Brighton, Leicester, Man U, Crystal Palace, Everton, Aston Villa, Wolves, Southampton, Bournemouth, Fulham. Some of these games, I
Yeah.
think they'll stumble a bit. It's not
Yeah.
as easy
They
as
will.
Leicester. They're going to win. Us, maybe they'll win against us. You never know what kind of man, which man you're going to get. So
Which one is gonna turn
um,
up? Yeah.
we don't know which one is going to turn up, honestly. But I think yeah, this is it's a good run of fixtures that they have. The problem is Haaland has not been scoring goals consistently. That's also the
Mhm.
issue. But like you said, I think like what we've been saying, you need to put yourself in a very good position if things go well. And right now, I think that's a good move to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, invest the money in Haaland up top. But yeah, Yeah, so that was our 28 game 28 close-up results. Not looking too,
Yeah,
too well.
I think we have new leader in the table. I think maybe just go through it.
Now
We
things have
have
changed now.
things have changed since we came. Yeah, yeah. So who knows?
Kotu
Maybe one
Classic
of them have.
mini league.
Yeah.
Um, okay, now I think we'll just start from 10. So in 10 position we have Ahmed,
Mhm.
sorry. In ninth, Peaky Blinders. Falling to eighth is what? Control Alt Delete. Seven is Hani Mukhtar. Six is that Vega. So sixth and then fifth is Stone Jones United. Fourth is 300 Spartans. Three is Nicky Topi. With the second is Indiga. I don't even know how to pronounce that. But Flex Gazims. And then fourth is Mauro Jallo. So a lot
Yeah,
of
something
movement.
has changed.
Some of the names I've seen are kind of new.
I kind of
Some
knew
of
that.
they're like still thereabouts. But yeah, your guy, who was the guy? Was it Damfa that was first, right? For a long time.
Was it not lick it up? Not lick it up, right? Yeah, I'm surprised I've not seen that one, that name again. Like I feel
Yeah, your
there's
guy.
a
Yeah,
name
Damfa.
missing.
That was who was the guy that was like on top for the longest time, and then the gap was
Yeah,
closed.
I cannot remember, but it seems somebody is
Damfa.
missing.
I think it's Damfa. Somebody. Some. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
interesting.
Oh yeah. So that's yeah. So movement there. I'm sure next game we will actually get all the public with the manager of the week and everything. But it's been a while, so yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of changes that's happened.
Definitely.
The mini league that we can't even get in. Doctor. um. Yeah. So next segment, fan corner.
Yeah,
A lot has happened, but rest
definitely.
assured, ManU is still 14th. There's no changes. There's no changes there.
13 to 14, 13 to 14, 14,
We
13.
we are still in the slums, man. We are still throwing mud around. It's been rough. It's been rough.
It's been
We've
difficult.
had we are doing poorly, and now we have injuries. So it seems like our
Uh-huh.
best players are what do you call it again? What's that guy called? Ahmad, who was our best player this season, if you ask me, is out injured for the rest of the season.
Mhm.
Um, our defender, the left-handed defender, what's his name?
Martinez.
Martinez, also out for the rest of the season. So he's one of our like progressive passers from the back during build up from the back. He's the one that's really good, and he's had some assists and some goals that were quite important for us. He's also out. So like and we've loaned out a few players. Now our team is looking really light. Like I don't even know. Thank God the bottom three teams that are at the bottom have been extremely terrible and bad. So you don't need to worry about being relegated. So that's good. But yeah, that's money for you. I can't wait as a fan. I can't wait for the season to be over. Thank God we have at least a bit of good news. We just announced
Hmm.
that 100,000 capacity stadium, project that is going to be built. Because we were
Yeah.
debating whether the stadium should be refurbished, renovated, or build a new stadium. But I think it's going to be easier to build a new stadium basically, and it's massive, and that the plans look good. Even though I kind of feel like that the net there thing kind of covers the beauty of the stadium. But yeah, it's nice, man. I really like it. And I think it's about time that we have a new stadium. It's been too long. Old Trafford is old now. Roof is leaking and all these things. How much longer do you need to patch things up? You just need to get a new one. Yeah, it's about time. Um,
Yeah.
Amorim, our coach, it's been difficult. We know he's the coach for us, but like it's difficult backing somebody who's not getting the results. Even though the team is not up to par, we know our team is very poor, low on confidence and low in quality. It's a transition team. That's how Ten Hag built the team. So it's not meant for him to use. Basically, he's trying his best, but the players like that's sports. You need to win to gain confidence, and the confidence of the team is very low right now. So Good result against Arsenal. We could have won. Honestly, I think we should have won, if not for the heroics of Raya, David Raya. So yeah.
Yeah, he made some excellent saves that.
Oh man, yeah. I mean that win would probably do a lot for us, man. If we had that win, going into Thursday, because it's a fixture which I think our whole season is resting on right now, because that's the only hope that we have to qualify for Europe next season, because
Mm.
funds are tight, man. Funds are tight. Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching your what's it, the co-owner
Says Jim.
Radcliffe's.
Yeah, the interview.
Yeah,
The guy never
with
interviewed.
Gary. Yeah, it was a quite interesting one, fascinating one. I enjoy listening to him. He comes out to be a very straightforward guy, but also somebody who is also willing to learn. He's willing to make mistakes, but he is willing to learn from, because by talking to Gary Neville on an interview, he could learn things just from that interview. Other people, especially in that kind of power, will be reluctant or will be defensive. If
Observing
some,
us. Yeah.
yeah, because Gary was asking about the funds that you used to pay to the former legends of Manchester United. Like there
Yeah.
was a lot of yeah. So he came out and cut all those, and then Gary came with some solutions how it could have been paid instead of taking it from them. And then he said, so nobody told me something like that, but this was something that we could have applied. And then Gary asks, of course, then who are like the people who are advising you? You know, are they really giving the right advices and stuff like that? Things like something like that. I'm just paraphrasing, but that was not the only topic I think they discussed. They also discussed
Yeah.
about the canteen stuff. Now
The free
there's no
lunch.
free,
Yeah. No,
no
no more
no
free
no more
lunch.
no more free. Like I had that before, but to be honest, I don't thought that was that until I understand where he's coming from. Um, yeah, there's a lot of things going on at United. They spoke about how they almost get into bankruptcy, and then they had to do that. How he discussed with Sir Alex before cutting out, before taking him out of the club, and he says Sir Alex made the decision in the end, but he suggested that to him, of course. Yeah, he came out to be a very straightforward person, I feel, but I think he's very ruthless. Like he's seriously ruthless because of the
Yes.
decisions that they made. Even with the Ashwood, the one who was supposed to be, is it
Ashford. Yeah.
Ashwood, right? Yeah, the
Ashford. Yeah.
way
Sam
he,
Ashford.
like, yeah, he just said it was not gonna work for us. I don't believe it was gonna work, and then we had to make the decision. And yeah, very ruthless guy. Um, but too much for my liking. But I think as a person, I quite like his honesty and his directness. To be honest.
I watched it. To be honest, like there's a lot that's wrong with the club. A
Definitely.
club that had Sir Alex at the forefront. It's very rare that you have somebody of that character. You understand, and the kind of personality that he is, and the success that came with him and the club. Like you remove somebody like that, there's a big hole that needs to be filled. Massive, and that's what we are suffering from. Because like him as a whole, you can't replace him. And for years after he left, we were trying to replace Sir Alex to get somebody like him to come and fill that void. That was impossible. I think now we've realized that that's not gonna happen. You understand? Number two is the Glazers, the owners. They don't care. They live in America. One of them is on the board or whatever. At least they're giving him feedback. They don't care about the club, basically. The club is an investment for them. They get their dividends. In fact, when they bought the club, they use a loan to buy the club. And then
Mhm.
they are paying the loan and then taking dividends from the club. They've never put money in the club.
Mhm.
So at least, even if you don't respect him, Sergeant, to be honest, I wanted a full save because I know this is going to be like if you get somebody who comes and give the Glazers money, which is what they wanted because they didn't have money the way they were spending. Not like the Glazers didn't spend money on the club, obviously not their money, of course, but the profits from the club and to buy players, but they spent it poorly. What they could have done was to have a better structure of how to spend money, like all clubs are doing. If you implement something that's not sustainable, what's going to happen?
Mhm.
Eventually it's gonna catch up to you, and that's where we are now. It's caught up to us. We've been spending frivolous, but we've been getting away with it. Buying all these big players on big contracts. You know what I'm saying? Like we got away with it, but now it's not sustainable. It seems like we are spending more than what we actually earning, and that's the problem. And it happens that
Mhm.
we have to go through this difficult period that we are going through now. there is no way about it. There's no magic wand that you're going to wave and all of a sudden everything is rosy. No, we have to go to this dark path and then get ourselves sustainable. Then we can actually, come out at the end of that, like have light at the end of the tunnel, like you said, to be honest. But the thing is, number one, the Glazers should have sold the club. They don't want to sell the club. Therefore, they've got investment from outside to come and pump money into the club. At least you can say that the good thing that they did was to give somebody who at least knows about running a business that's based in England to come, okay, you take control of the footballing aspect. You know what I mean? And then give it to Sergio and whatever. Because they don't know anything about football. Clearly, they only know about investment, about like Edward Wood, who they got, somebody who's looking for sponsorship and all these things. But on the footballing side, we're dead. There's nothing. So also, you can comment him because no owner, like the Blazers, none of them have ever come and said they did an interview and you come and ask them questions. No, it's never happened before.
It's not gonna happen, yeah.
Yeah, two interviews in since he got them at like a minority stake in the club. So it means that he shows that
it's
he
kind of
cares,
promising.
at least, So yeah. And now
it's promising.
He's saying that with this stadium and everything, things are gonna get better in 5 years once this is built and stuff like that. So let's see how it goes. Let's see. There's a lot that needs to be done here. A lot. So yeah, I don't want to. It's going to be a ManU podcast. But we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
Babu was trying to invade. Had to stop him.
Just coming in.
Yeah.
You go. Let's do Liverpool before I kill the pod with all of ManU's rules and
Liverpool. Yeah. Well, today I'm not so positive for Liverpool fans, but we still surviving. We played the Champions League game yesterday, and then we got knocked out in the Champions League by PSG. Fair and square, I think they were the better side over the two legs. So we cannot grudge them for that. They put in the better performance over two legs. But there's one disappointment. You went to PSG, you get a result there, and then you have a home tie to finish the you have a home game to finish the tie, and then you did not turn up. So that is one disappointment from Liverpool, and then individual performances and all that. And then it's something like it was a kind of a performance that we have not seen as Liverpool fans for a very, very long time. Yes, we have had a very, very good season, and thanks to the new manager, we have this wonderful season that we are having. That is Arne Slot. But yeah, it's been a long time where we played at home in a game, regardless of the opponent, that we don't stamp our authority in the game in terms of playing how we would love to play. This, even though, of course, we have lost a lot of games in the past, even though sometimes we lost games, but we always, at least when we play at home, that level of confidence is always there. And I think I've always tell you that, like, as far as we are playing at home, I don't care which opponent is in front of Liverpool. I'm gonna be very confident that we're gonna win that game. So after watching the first leg against PSG last week, there were some egos staying it was like they completely dominated.
I've never seen Liverpool dominated like that before. Like that was
we got 2 shots in that game. 2 shots. I think the first shot on target we got in the 90th minute, and that was was the goal. Basically, the first shot on target we got was the goal, and then we survived. And I was happy in the fact that we struggled and then we still hang on. Like we suffered. I like teams that suffer, that are able to suffer. It's very important. It's an important trait to have as a football team. You can suffer and then still find a way to win, and then still stay in the game. That was the biggest positive I took away from that game. And then I analyzed it in the we at Paris. Maybe the coach was being so pragmatic and then try to preserve something and then go to Anfield and try to finish the job. But that was not the case. It was just there was some fear factor against Paris coming from the coach, I would say, because if you watch, I watch the press conference of the coaches since club. I watch every single press conference of a Liverpool coach anytime they do it, and something that came across was he has been complaining about the Champions League format, about even if you finish first or second, you can still end up in a difficult tie. And then he was, of course, sometimes you are asked the question, and then he tends to be a very honest person when it comes to answering the question. And then he said, like, obviously we would not have wanted to play PSG. We would have wanted, and then he never saw sign of confidence in the players he have going into this game. He was more worried about like the level of opponent we are having, the quality of PSG, saying like since he's like this season PSG is the best team that he has played. When the tie is still ongoing, that was still in the middle of the tie. You are still leading,
and that psychologically will.
That's psychological thing. This is some Klopp will give credit to opponents all the time, but he always know what he has, and then it's so wrong for me to be comparing the two managers at this after what he has, this exceptional season that he has. But it's something that we are not used to, so it was very disappointing on that side. I think this is the first time in history that Liverpool won an away tie. I have to confirm that, won an away tie and then get eliminated in a European Cup. If it's not the first time, it must be the last 50 or something years that it happened. So it does not usually happen, and then it happened this time. And then the thing is, Liverpool never really turned up in that game. I think the first half
you guys seem nervous, which is very weird to see.
Which is very weird.
It's strange. I was like, is this
Liverpool? You can also fault some of the senior players on the pitch. Player like Salah, he has been poor for both legs. I'm somebody who will always praise him. I praise him every single time. 2 legs. The first leg we played, okay, Liverpool won.
He had to be subbed. I was like, wow.
He had to be subbed.
Not sure.
He played. Imagine playing a full game. You are not winning a single duel in a game. A duel is like basically you are one-on-one with your opponent. You try to beat him, or there is a ball, 50-50 ball to try to beat him. Like you contested for 10 duels in a single game, and you are not winning anyone. You don't win any duel. This is where PSG won us, I believe. I know they were very, very good, but they are not a physical team, to be honest.
They're not a physical team. They're not big.
They're not a physical, like they don't physically.
No, it's just the defense, maybe 1 or 2 players.
Yeah, but it seems they are faster than us. It seems they are more agile than us. They are always getting to the second balls. Every single thing was going for them, and that I could not understand. There were some senior players in that team, and then they needed to step up to the plate, but one like Salah, and many other players, I would say, even Gravenberch, he's not a senior player and yet in the team, but he has had a wonderful season this year. But over these 2 legs, he was really poor, especially yesterday. I was so disappointed that when the coach decided to make a substitute, he did not look at Gravenberch in midfield. He went with McAllister, who was our best midfielder. So it was not just the players not turning up. It was also the coach making some bad decisions when it comes to making the right course. I understand McAllister was on a yellow card, but he was the only midfielder who was battling against them, like giving them the fouls, fouling them, and then trying to dribble past them, creating stuff. He ended the game, like when he went off at the second half, I think, before the extra time, he ended the game creating the most chances for Liverpool, even though other midfielders were there and attacking players were there. He ended the game with the most passes for Liverpool in the midfield area. He won the most duels of the Liverpool midfielder. He was the only Liverpool midfielder who won more than 50% of his duels on the day. And then the coach chose to remove that player and leave player like Gravenberch. Gravenberch, I think, in the first half, at the end of the 90 minutes, I think he only won 2 duels out of the 10 that he contested, 20% of his duels. So, like, I could not understand the decisions of the coach. I could not understand also the performance of some of the players. So a lot of things did not go well, but all come down from the top, like the way the coach wanted to approach the game. So it was disappointing. But nonetheless, again, it has been coming. I think in midweek we played in the weekend we played against Southampton. It was not a good game. The coach has to string changes at halftime because he was not happy with the energy of the team. Maybe tiredness is starting to play a part.
Maybe it's possible. The energy levels have dropped now. Yeah.
Exactly, because we have been playing a lot of games, and then we are looking forward to the League Cup, and hopefully we will wrap up the league very soon. I think that one, at least now, even Liverpool fans will say that one is done. The league is done. Liverpool will win that league. So hopefully we will wrap it up as soon as possible, and then hopefully they will turn up in the League Cup ending the season with a League Cup and a league title, I think it's an exceptional season. Considering where we came from, like at the start of the season, what we are thinking about, we don't know what to expect. No expectations. So to end the season with those two trophies, I think it will be still a wonderful, wonderful season. But again, just the disappointment from yesterday. That's why after the game, what I was telling people was like, I'm absolutely fine with the loss. I'm fine with the loss. With the fact that because but at least yesterday we are second best for 2 legs, and then I'm somebody who analyzes the football deeply. It's not just about being a fan. It's I sometimes want the team that deserve to go through, even though I would prefer Liverpool to go through despite whatever the case. But as a football person, I think I always prefer the performance to supersede the actual outcome, and I think that is what happened in this case. And kudos to PSG for the performance that they put in over the 2 legs. They were absolutely exceptional. I agree with Slot, by the way. They are the best team that we have played against this season. But as a coach, you don't have to. You don't have to be too. You don't have to say that. Exactly. So that is it for Liverpool now. Let's look forward to Sunday. It will be a difficult one too. Newcastle is not an easy task, right? So to play the League Cup final.
Newcastle are not like, honestly, I don't think they're on form like they were at some point during this season right now. Yeah, but they won the game. Who did they play again? Last game I watched it.
They won West Ham Monday, yeah.
It was a very boring game. Honestly, I watched it. I was like very boring, and they're not as good as, unless maybe they decide to turn up against you guys, because they always kind of turn up against
they turn up against big teams. Yeah, but it will be a good final. I think it will be a good final because they will have. Unfortunately, they will miss Gordon because of the red card. This stupid red card he got against Brighton. They will be missing Hall, who is also injured for the rest of the season. But Isaac is back. He played yesterday, on Monday. So hopefully,
I think Gordon is one of their most creative players, because when I was watching this guy was there. What's his name again? The guy replaced him, the winger. It was fine.
Harvey Barnes.
Fine, but I feel like Gordon has more of an impact. But we'll see. It's going to be an interesting final.
It will be.
Yeah. Moving it along, last segment, which is the main segment, is the preview for blank game week 29. So we have, which one is a blank again? We have
Liverpool and Aston Villa. They already played that fixture, and Crystal Palace, I believe, and Newcastle. Those are the blanks. Okay. Those 4 team blanks.
So Aston Villa, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, and then Newcastle. So those 4 teams are actually playing. So looking at the fixtures, let me just try and see if I can show this. The fixtures as it stands is Everton, West Ham, Ipswich, Nottingham Forest, Man City, Brighton, Southampton, Wolves, Bournemouth, Brentford, Arsenal, Chelsea, Fulham, Spurs, and then Leicester, Man United. So these are the fixtures that we have. Which fixtures do you think is people are thinking about playing their free hit, but the fixtures themselves don't tell you that there's a lot going on anyways for you to risk the free hit, in my opinion, basically. So the fixtures that you actually think might probably gain some like more FPL points, few and far in between, of course. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was in that camp too. The free hit guys. That was I was planning all along. But like you say, it's so difficult to play the free hit. Which players are you gonna go with, right? Manchester City, they are not that you're not that confident of Manchester City despite they playing at home. Yeah, and then Brighton have found a very good form of late, so it will be an interesting game. I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to watch my boy Minte see what he can do again, because he usually turn up against big teams. He always turn up against the bigger boys. I think four of his 5 goals he scored against the top 6 teams in the league. That is Manchester United, Chelsea 2, and Tottenham. So hopefully it will be another game that he will turn up for. I'm looking forward to that one. But if you are talking about the free hit, what team are you really looking at? Bournemouth, Brentford. Bournemouth, Brentford is a difficult fixture, right? Bournemouth is a good team, but Bournemouth will equal them.
The same level, basically.
They are around the same level.
Maybe not on standing in the league, but
exactly.
They're the same level. games.
Exactly. And if you push me, I would say Brentford is have more quality players in their team than Brentford. So it's quite balanced game. And then you look at Fulham Tottenham again. Is something that maybe maybe if you are free, you might be tempted to go with the Fulham players a little bit. Arsenal, Chelsea. Who do you go with? Maybe Arsenal, but again, it's a difficult
Still,
fixture, right?
it's a difficult. This is when this is like the main fixture in me this week. It's like
Yeah.
It's like a top game. It's like a top 6 game basically. You can say. So yeah, it's going to be difficult to. I don't expect a lot of goals in this fixture. Also, Arsenal I watched it before because they've already lost the league. So I think the only game I would look 2 games actually is Ipswich Nottingham Forest because Ipswich are bad and they're always like they're bottom and might be relegated. Leicester and Leicester Man United. Because I think we've been in Leicester like, I don't know, 3-4 times now already this season. This might be the last time we meet. And I think
the only thing the only thing with those 2 fixtures you mentioned, they are the good fixtures, but like the good team is on the right side, right? It means they are playing away.
Yeah, away.
So Ipswich at home, despite being very bad, they can cause a little bit of trouble, a little bit. They have done it against other teams, so they can do it against not Forest. They're having a wonderful season, but they are not the like. Are they good against the smaller teams? Are they good to play away from the?
I don't think
exactly.
So. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah,
exactly. That's another thing. And then United is United, right? So you don't know what to expect. You don't know what to expect. But it's a fixture that you definitely, if you are free hitting, you will get their players 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah. But you don't have anything strong, any strong candidates like from these 8 fixtures to choose from. There's not many. Like who will you captain this week? For example, even though we will talk about the captain and that, who will you captain in this particular game week?
It's a tough decision.
That means you exactly.
If I choose, I would choose Bruno. But
Bruno,
like it's slim pickings, man. Honestly, Bruno
it's slim pickings. Exactly.
Or Wood or Chris Wood. Those 2 fixtures, I said.
Exactly. So the week you usually have the good strong captaincy pick. That is a week where you can say, okay, free hitting will be a nice thing to do because you have a lot of captaincy option. You might pick all those players and then captain the one you think is the best among those. But here there is nothing really that is standing out. I'm not desperate for any player, to be honest. That's the real. I'm not desperate to get any player playing in these teams. So it's a difficult one.
These are one of the fixtures where you play your free hit and then your team that you actually switch is what does better than the free hit.
Definitely.
These are one of those.
Definitely. So
it's one of those game weeks where
So I might just ignore it too. I might just ignore it. And
let's see your team. Your boss team.
Okay, let me bring up my team. Is it right here? Okay, this is my team. I have at least I have playing players. I have 9 playing players, and I have 2 free transfers as it stands. I have Sanchez away to Arsenal, not good. Dinya not playing. Ayat Nuri is good. I think Mikalenko I like. I will start. I'm happy to start them. Maybe if I was free hit, I will get them. Dango has lost his spot at Brentford, but he will play some minutes, so I don't mind it. Play. I will keep him there. Foden, Palmer, Minte, and then you have up top Wisa. But Chukunya is red carded, so now I was talking about 2. I have 3 unavailable players, so I have to replace 3 players to get the required number of players. So I might just take 1 hit and then get 3 players, because a hit in a blank game week is like -2 instead of -4. That's how I look at it. So if I can hit, if I can take a hit on a player that can come good, I might try it. And Sanchez away to Arsenal, I don't mind it. Let me just play, and because goalkeeper is goalkeeper.
You might get something. You might get some save points. Yeah,
some save points, exactly. So I will do that. And then take a hit and see. But I don't think the free hit is worth it this time around. So I will just keep it.
But then, if we don't play it in 29, when else can we play it though?
So I have the
next thing is 30, and the next thing the season has ended, and we have all this.
I have the wild card, I have the bench boost, and I have the free hit. This is the 3 keeps I have. So the bench boost and the wild card, the bench boost and the wildcard, I'm gonna do it subsequent, like in succession. Do the wildcard this week and then bench boost the next week when we know the blank double game weeks that are gonna come in, I think 32 or 33 or 34, something like that. Between that, before the season, and there's gonna be quite a hefty double game week. So I will play the bench boost there. So if I play the bench boost there, then the free hit will be something that I can use in any given week where I feel my team is not strong enough, or where another small double game week occurs, then I can use the free hit. So I still have chance opportunity, because I don't have to we don't have to use the what's his name, the assistant manager chip anymore. The most boring chip. I don't want it. I don't want to see that chip again.
when I
Some
played, it
people
was
enjoy
like,
it
man,
though.
this thing is not done yet because I couldn't.
Uh,
I can't make any, do anything. I have to focus on changing my manager. I was like, this is boring, man. The first week it was fun,
yeah.
but I was like, oh yeah, I'm getting some
But you
points.
enjoy some
Then,
big points. If you enjoy big points, though, you
yeah,
like some people got up to 60 points from the assistant manager chip. It's a massive change, 60
I got
points
a
from
lot.
it.
I'm not sure whether I got 60 points, but I got from Moyes, I got like 20. Might be wrong, but then Emery too got some points, like 14 points, something like that. So when I was like,
Yeah,
it's I can't. It's for 3 games. You are locked in. You can't do anything,
yeah.
anything else. You know what I
That's
mean?
it. That's the
That's
that's
like,
the thing.
this
Yeah.
is yeah. I just wanted to
Let's
play
look at your
1 week
team then.
and then forget about it. That's fine.
Hmm.
You can see I have like 4 chips still. You know, to play.
Four.
Bench boost, triple captain, wildcard, free hit. I found 4 chips. So
Yeah. Yeah, you
and
have a lot.
I have 9 games to play them basically. So if I don't play them
Yeah.
now, I mean, I might as well just give it away for free. But yeah, I made 2 changes. Like I said, Hall was out for Kekes. I also took out Cunha when I heard that he was going to miss these games with the wild card, so I brought him Wood. Remember that the striker that I don't really like having is the one that I brought, Mr. Wood. So I have 1 free transfer though. Salah is blanking obviously, so now I'm thinking of getting in a defender, and then benching Salah, so I can actually have like 12 playing players in this blank league. The problem is I'm not so happy with the fixtures, but then I don't have a choice. As long as I have 11 playing players, you're good to go. That's fine. I'm thinking of bringing in Ola Aina, because I've been wanting to board him for a while. He's been doing really well, this whole season basically. Um,
Mhm.
so Vandenberg has been there for the longest time in my team. I just didn't have the chance to take him out of my team because he's going to be a priority for me. But now he is, so he's gonna leave, and Ola Aina is gonna come in. I'm gonna feel like what 5 defenders, 3 midfielders, and then two strikers, which is not bad. As long as I'm fielding 11 players, that's good. So yeah, that's my team. Hopefully the points, because these games where you think, oh, things are looking a bit difficult, is when one of the results will just blow out of proportion and you get a haul. I'm hoping it's one of the games that one of my players is playing. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But now I have my captaincy on Wood, even though he's playing away. A bit difficult. It might be between him or Clive, but then I don't have any preference because it could be anybody. I genuinely do not know who to captain this game. It's just on the player that I think might make get the most points, which is the striker. So yeah,
Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know who to captain this week.
it's a difficult
Um,
decision. Honestly, it could be go anywhere.
yeah, I might go with a Man City player though, because I have Foden still,
Yeah,
even though
it's a good
I'm not
solution.
so confident with him. And there is Marmus, but I don't know if he will start too. I wanted to bring him in for Cunha, which is a possibility. So yeah, I have to replace Cunha
I'm
though.
looking at him too. He's a good player. He's a good player.
Yeah, but he was benched last game. He was on the bench.
That's not good.
So that is something that you be worried about. Like, is Pep
Yeah.
gonna bench him? Because this is not the game week that you can carry bench players, right?
Yeah, no, you can't. You want your players to play. This is not the game, man. Honestly, this is not the game. It's not the game,
Yeah.
honestly. Yeah, so that's it for this episode of the Kotu Classic FPL podcast. Please check out the home, which is the Jollof Football Bantaba for all your Gambian football content. Interesting
Yeah.
stuff coming. Jamo was talking about some interesting things coming in the pipeline, which I'm excited about.
Yeah,
Just
definitely.
watch that space.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
and it's a blank game week, so hope you guys do much better than us.
Yeah.
Because yeah, it's slim pickings this week, man. So you can go either
Uh,
way. So keep
and
it.
hopefully we redeem ourselves against Newcastle.
I hope so. That would be nice. In the final, I'll be watching that. So we'll see how it goes.
It will be interesting. I'm quite worried about it though with the way we are playing. But let's see how it goes.
Vengeance. You guys should take. You should use as payback for leaving the Champions League. Yeah. So thanks, guys. Catch you guys on the next one.
Goodbye,
Peace.
guys.